because for us, sales automation and productivity is our life. Like that's our main lifeblood of what we do at Set to Close, is trying to increase these things. And what we want to do is share with you, how do we do that? And where do we start? And what kind of questions should you be asking to your team as we go about that? And so when you start on this journey, we want you to keep in mind that there's a few key things that you need to look at, because currently you need to have good data and understand where your baseline is, because you can't manage what you haven't measured. So if you don't have a current measurement of your data, we don't expect that we can improve it. And you shouldn't either. So one of the first things that you have to do is make sure you're in a good CRM, and you're in that you are actually tracking things. You know where things go. You understand your workflows. You understand how data moves, because imperfect data gives you imperfect results. And so part of the challenge that we face is when we talk to clients, they're like, improve us. And we're like, what's your baseline? And they're like, we don't know. And you would be surprised. This is 90% of the people that we find in market, not even 80-20, 90% of the people in the market don't have control of their data, or they think they have control of their data. And when we drill down to layer 2, layer 1, they might have, which is how many calls are you making? How many meetings are coming from that? But then you say, well, okay, what's your no-show rate? What's your close rate? What are these things? When you start digging in, they don't have it. From my experience, that's usually something that needs to be addressed right away. Because when I'm looking at a pipeline, I'll give you an example. I'll walk in and be like, hey, why do you have 20 deals in here that have been stagnant for 180 days or more? Like, why are they sitting there and there's no flow? So how do you kind of approach the sales process side of that?
Yeah, that's a good point. Definitely looking and doing a pipeline evaluation. One of the first things I usually do anytime I go into an account is really just look at the pipeline and start there, right? It all starts there and then sort of stems out. So yeah, you're absolutely right. Like I want to look at what they're doing in there. I want to look for red flags, right? One of them being a overly abundant amount of time that somebody is sitting in the process somewhere, some way, and try and figure out what that looks like, right? And ultimately, the goal is to figure out how to optimize every single step within the process. And what that usually means is there's automation involved, right? So every stage has to be examined, optimal time within each stage needs to be examined. And then only then can you actually think about like tuning up someone's pipeline to the point where you can say that, I've actually added velocity to the sale, or I've sped up the sales process.
Thanks for watching, and keep removing those revenue roadblocks. If you want more videos like this, follow our channel for fresh, new content every day. Check out our RevOps playlist, or how about this video chosen just for you? See you next time.